Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and in this video I will be explaining a concept of cycle in an directed graph. So in the last video I have explained the concept of cycle in an undirected graph, and in this series I will be explaining the concept of cycle in a directed graph. So now let's look like how to detect a cycle in a directed graph with the help of the example. Suppose if we have given this graph in the form of vertices and edges, and we have to detect whether there present any cycle in this graph or not. For example, as if we see from the naked eye, says there is no cycle present in this graph, so this is not a cycle because the edges are opposite to each other. Okay, so this is not a cycle. So in this graph there is no cycle present. So how to detect whether the cycle is present in the graph or not? Let's discuss that. In this case we will use TFS just like we use TFS in the undirected graph cycle detection method. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna maintain a visited array with all values as initialized to false, because initially there is no value which is, or there is no node which is currently accessed. Okay, and our starting node is 0. In the case of undirected graph, what we have took one parent node. With the help of that we will check whether the cycle is there or not. So in this case directed graph, what we need to do is cycle is present in any graph. Let's say if we have graph like 0 1 2 and then again back to 0. So this is a small graph example which I took. Suppose we have in this case the starting node as 0, and for cycle detection what we're gonna do is if we reach at any node and we see that the neighboring node of that particular node is already visited, then it should not be the ancestor of that particular current node. Okay, so as we can see 0 is the ancestor of this node 2. From 0 we came to 2, so we found out that when 2 reaches again back to 0 there is a cycle formed. Therefore in this case what we're gonna check is we need to check that when we access any node and its visited is true, then it should not be present in the ancestor of the node which we are currently checking. Okay, so now let's run this, that I'll go in this TFS method in this particular graph. Okay, so initially we are starting node 0 and we have to make visited of node 0 as 2. Now for that what we have to maintain is we have to maintain the unordered set for checking whether the particular node is the ancestor of the current node or not. So what we're gonna do is when we explore all the nodes of a particular node, at the end we're gonna pop it from the unordered set, and when it is occurred first time we're gonna insert it into the unordered set. So initially 0 is accessed first, so we insert 0 into the unordered set, and then we explore node 1. Then we explore node 1 and make visitor of node 1 as 2 and put this onto the unordered set. Okay, after that there's no node left for node number 1 which is unvisited, so we pop or we remove 1 from the unordered set. Then we will explore the second unvisited node of node 0, that is 2, and make visited of 2 as 2. Then we visit 6, make visited of 6 as 2, and we put all this 2 and 6 onto the unordered set. Then there's no node left which is unvisited for the node 6. We remove 6 from the unordered set. Also we remove 2 from the unordered set. So in the unordered set there is node 0 only. Then we visit node 3 and make visited of 3 as 2. Then we will visit node 4 and make visited of 4 as 2. Make visited of 5 as 2 and make visited of 7 as 2. Now there is one node of node 7 which is already visited. So for checking whether this is cycle or not, what we're gonna check is first condition we need to check that visited of the neighbor node is 2. Yes, first condition satisfied because visited of 1 is already 2. Second thing we need to check is in this unordered set, if we find this the neighboring node 1, it should not be present in this unordered set. As we can see, 1 is not present in this unordered set. Unordered set will contain 0, 3, 4, 5 and 6 because 6 and 0, 3, 4, 5, 7. 0, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay, because we have explored till 7 and 1 is not present in this unordered set, so this will not create a cycle because this condition is became 2. Now let's take an example in this case where we have graph 0, 1, 2 and back to 0. So in this case, once we visited 0, we will make visitor of 0 as 2 and in the unordered set we will put 0 node. After that we visit 1 and make visited of 1 as 2 and put it into the unordered set. After that we visit 2 and make visited of 2 as 2 and put it into the unordered set. After that we visit the neighbor node of 2. In this case, the visited of 0 is 2. Also 0 is there in the unordered set. That means 0 is the ancestor of this particular node 2. So we found out that there is a cycle in this graph. So this is the method for cycle detection. Now let me show you how to code this and analyze the time and space complexity for the same. So in this code, I presented the graph in the form of the unordered map, which is the key value pair. For the key, I have the node values and the corresponding values for that particular key. We have a vector of integers that will show the neighboring nodes of that particular node. Suppose in this case, we have a graph which is directed like 0 to 1, 0 to 2, 0 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 7, 2 to 6 and 7 back to 1. So notice in this case there is no cycle because there is no closed loop. And we have taken a visited vector which is initialized to false. That means currently no nodes is being visited. And answer is a variable which is used to keep track of the cycle detection. That means if cycle is detected, this variable is initialized to 2, otherwise it's false. So initially it is initialized to false. And I have taken the set which is ancestor track, which will keep track for a particular node what are its ancestors from which it came from. Okay, now let's say I have taken that set also. Now let's analyze the main function cycle in directed graph. Here this is a function in which we have passed the graph which is unordered map representation, ancestor track and visited. Along with this we have passed a starting node. For this we have started node as 0 because we are starting from node 0, and the answer is a variable which is passed by reference just to keep track whether there exists any cycle or not. When we enter into the function, the first thing we need to do is make the visited of that particular node as 2. That means that node is visited. After that we are inserting that node which is currently visited onto the unordered set, and we visit all the neighbors of the node which we are currently visiting and check if that node is not visited, then we will visit that node and call this function again. But when we call this function, the things change is we are passing the starting node as this node only, which is now currently visited. Okay, and we will insert this onto the unordered set. Now for 1 there is no node left which is to be visited, so we will remove that from the unordered set because 1 is completely explored now. After that, same likewise this, we visit 2, 3, put it into the unordered set, make it visited as 2 and 6, not 2 and 3, and once it's visited and we do backtrack, we move it from the unordered set using this statement. Okay. Likewise, we visit 3, 4, 5 and 7 and make visited of all this as 2 and insert in it our unordered set 3, 4, 5 and 7. After that, this else will occur. Why? Because for particular node the neighboring node is visited, because we explored one already. So this condition is true, the first one, visited of this is true, and we check that in this ancestor whether this is the ancestor of this particular node 7 or not. If this is the ancestor of this particular node 7, then it must be present in this unordered set, but 1 is not present in this set, so this condition will become false. So this else is not executed and it will backtrack. Okay, so in this case there is no cycle. So now let's execute it and check if this shows correct or not. So when we execute this, we see that cycle will not be detected for sure. Let's see that no cycle detected. But now let's try to do one thing. Let's reverse this edge, which is from 0 to 1, make it from 1 to 0. And when we change this edge from 1 to 0, then we will show that there is a cycle, this cycle, which is present. So now let's compile it and execute it again, and let's check whether this cycle detected or not. So when we compiled it, it compiled successfully, and when we run it, it will show cycle is detected. So this is the method by which we can check whether cycle is detected or not. So for the time complexity will be same as that of we analyzed earlier in the case of cycle in undirected graph, which is of m plus n, because we have visited each node once and each edge once. Okay, so in worst case it will go up to this, and this is the time complexity of DFS also. And the space complexity will be of O of n, because we have taken an extra vector which is visited for keeping track whether the particular node is visited or not. So this is the time complexity. So hope you got everything from this session. If you have any doubt, just let me know. Till then, thank you.